Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Kings of War Ambush, and today we're going to take a look at the Trident realm of Neritica army. Now, in this video, we're going to take a look at all the models that come inside the Trident realm of Neritica army box set from Mithras Games, and we're going to talk a little bit about how all those models work on the tabletop, and indeed what models we can actually build out of those kits. Now, after that, we'll then take a look at some other units we can use to expand upon this initial purchase and give us some different options to play around with, before finally finishing off the video with a sample 750 point army list for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own Trident realm of Neritica army in Kings of War. And so, with that said, first of all, we get 40 Naiad Heart Piercers or Ensnarers. Now, Ensnarers are our basic line troop. I say basic, they've got some cool rules. Regeneration 4+ is really nice, they can regenerate. Pathfinder is a nice rule as well, and they've also got the Ensnare special rule, which is really cool. So they've actually got, quite a nice, unique lot of special rules. So what Pathfinder is going to do for the unit is this is going to allow them to move through difficult terrain without suffering any movement penalties, which is really nice. Now, in addition, as I said, they've also got Ensnare as well, and melee attacks that target the unit from its front will suffer an additional -1 to hit. So, some really cool benefits. Not only, they're not necessarily the toughest unit, with only defense 3+, but with these minuses to hit and regeneration can make them a pretty solid little block of troops. Now, the Heart Piercers are the other option. They are the ranged option. They've got Regeneration 4+, but don't have the Ensnare or the Pathfinder rule. They do have their Harpoon guns, which are piercing 1 and have the steady aim rule. 8 attacks out of a troop. The defense of 3+ still, but range 4+ is not too shabby. Now, we've then got 10 River Guard with hand weapons and shields, so these can be used as River Guard Tree Leapers. River Guard Tree Leapers have Crushing Strength 1, Ensnare, Fly, Nimble, and Pathfinder, so a great bunch of different rules. They also have the option for a Poison Frog, which is an army special upgrade for the Trident realm of Neritica. What this upgrade does is once per game before the unit rolls to damage in melee, you can choose to give the unit the Brutal special rule for the remainder of the turn, though this can only ever be used once. Now, on top of that, you've got 10 attacks with melee 4+ and defense 4+, so that's a little bit more survivable than your other Naiads. Lastly, for the troops that is, we've got 3 Water Elementals. These have a nice defense of 5+, so definitely something nice and hardy compared to the other troops. They've got 9 attacks with a melee of 4+, Crushing Strength 1, Regeneration 5+, Shambling, and Strider. So they've definitely got a lot going for them and really balance out the other unit options we've got in the force. Lastly, we have a Naiad Centurion or Naiad Envoy model. Now, the Centurion is pretty much our Lord level fighter. He's, one of the better fighters we have for a hero. He has Ensnare, Inspiring, Mighty, Pathfinder, Regeneration 4+, and Crushing Strength 1 with melee 3+ and defense 5 and 5 attacks. He also has the option to take the Trident of the Drowned Sea. For 25 points, you get a 12-inch range piercing 1 with a weapon, and he also gets range 3+ on this. Units that suffer a point of damage from the Trident of the Drowned Seas are disordered during their next turn, so it can do some really good utility work with him. The other option you can build this in as a Naiad Envoy. Now, the Envoy has Inspiring, Pathfinder, Regeneration 4+, and Individual there, and it can take the Horn of the Ocean's Fury. This allows you to gain the aura, Fury, Infantry, and Heavy Infantry for 15+. You can also take Bastion in games of Kings of War, but not in Ambush because it is a restricted option. And so, where to go next? First of all, we have the Thule. These are a really cool looking unit, the little octopus head guys. Now, troops of them have 15 attacks or 20 attacks in a regiment. Defense 3+, and melee 3+, though, is really nice. Ensnare on them as well with Stealthy and Wild Charge D3. These are a nice little glass cannon unit to provide some good offense, but, they do lack a bit of the defense stuff. But they can be a nice little flanking maneuver to take out some of your enemies' lighter stuff on the flanks of the battlefield. Now, the Leviathan's Bane is a really interesting piece to bring in. It's a war engine available to the Trident realms. Now, Leviathan bolts are 48-inch, blast D3, piercing 2 with the reload rule as well, range 4+. The Harpoon, after dealing damage with this Leviathan bolt's attack, you can choose to immediately move the enemy unit inches as if they've been hit by the enthrall and successfully cast on the target. where N is the amount of damage inflicted with the Leviathan Bolt's attacks. You can also increase the Leviathan Bolts to have piercing 3 as well for some extra points. Now, Knighted Worm Riders are one of the coolest things I think the Knights have going for them. These giant snake riders here, and they are a monstrous cavalry unit. Now they've got 9 attacks in a regiment with melee 3+, and defense 4+, crushing strength in there, nimble, pathfinder, and regeneration 4+. So not only are they a pretty good heavy cav, but with nimble in there as well, and pathfinder can be a really useful unit on your flanks and in denser terrain parts of the table. Lastly, the Knucker. I really love this miniature. I think it's one of the coolest ones that we have available for the Trident realms. Crushing strength 1 in snare, nimble, pathfinder, stealthy, and thunderous charge. It goes nicely alongside your Knighted Worm Riders and really sort of fits into that aesthetic. But melee 3+ with 6 attacks and a defense of 4+, he's a solid monster, especially for his points cost. And so here we have our sample army for the Trident realms of Neritica. Now, regiment-wise, we've got a unit of Ensnarers here, which are going to have the magical artifact Blessing of the Gods. This is going to allow them just to do that a little bit more in the fights, allowing them to get the special rule that the Blessing of the Gods will benefit the unit with, which is Elite. This is going to get them some nice rerolls on their hits. Now, we've also got the Water Elementals as another regiment. These are going to provide a nice solid core to our line. Another unit of Ensnarers in troops provides us with a good flank protection unit, while the Riverguard Tree Leapers can move up and actually be a nice flank threatener. Meanwhile, we've also got those Heart Piercers there for some good shooting, and which can work on the flank nicely as well, and a Centurion to lead the force from the centre as well. If you've been playing with the Trident Realms of Neritica, let us know how you've been going down in the comments below and what some of your favourite combos are with the various different units. There's a lot you can do with this particular force here. You've got that core, you've got shooting, you've got good flanking pieces. The Riverguard Tree Leapers really are fast with that flyer and nimble, and Centurion really can be quite a good solid piece to have for your force. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also drop a comment down below letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here, we have a Discord server for Sinful Gaming, which you'll find linked down in the video's description. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by supporting us on Patreon or YouTube members, both of which are linked down in the video's description, or grab some merch from our Teespring or Ko-fi stores for yourself as well. All these are the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thank you to everyone who does help support the channel in such a way, we'd like to give a shout out to all our Patreons and YouTube members. So, thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Kevin Bowman, Iron Grinch. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Osworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, David Crozier, and Dylan Areno. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and a special thanks to all the mods that help with our Discord server and all the people that come on the regular to help with everything on the YouTube channel. Thank you all once again for watching. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.